So let's pretend Photo didn't bite the dust and made it through Hamastagan in one piece. This place looks familiar. You might remember seeing it just before we ended up in Pomoka, the prison. It might have been another vision of things to come, but I always interpreted it as designers using the footage to imply Pomoka was located out in the snowy area beyond Omikron's dome and hoped we wouldn't notice. So going by the dialogue extracted from the game, you were first going to find the Book of Naut deep beneath Omikron in Hamastagan, show it to Soyenka, and then return to the Awakened and give it to Dagobah for safekeeping. After that, you would travel outside the dome of Omikron, through the snowy land called Kapalil on a sham, until you got to this place, where you'd find Kuchilain and get his magic sword. Behold, Kuchilain. I know the name is based on a hero from Irish legends, but nothing beyond that.
Are you Kuchilain the hero?
It is a long time since anyone has spoken my name.
David Gassman giving his one last valiant effort.
Akhtar Kuchilain, Prince of Portimor and hero of the Cobalt Wars. Who are you that dares disturb my rest?
I am Nomad Soul. I have come to ask you for Bakayal.
So, Astaroth has returned to the surface of the Earth. I guessed as much. The spirits of the dead were murmuring his...
For some reason, Kuchilain's face texture looks like it doesn't fit his model.
So you are the chosen one, the Nomad Soul, the man upon whom the destiny of this entire universe depends.
I don't know if I'm Nomad Soul, but I must destroy Astaroth.
In days gone by, I did combat with the demon and his infernal hordes. It was so long ago that not even the books remember. Oh, what a price humanity has had to pay for my failure. So much suffering, so many deaths. All my fault.
Tell me about Bakayal magic sword.
The magicians in Feanon enclosed their souls in the blade 1,000 years ago. This is where its magic power to destroy Astaroth comes from. The souls of the magicians will never be freed until Astaroth is slain by Bakayal.
Why did you fail to kill Astaroth?
After 7 days and 7 nights of relentless combat, Astaroth and I both fell to the ground, exhausted. The humans there took advantage of the opportunity to put Astaroth into an Epiphander cage, which they then lowered into the bottom of a lake of lava. The imbeciles. They sent Astaroth...
Kuchilain said Astaroth was put into an Epiphander cage, while the Book of Naut said it was an Apilanda cage, neither of which I think are real words.
I had no choice but to wait patiently until that dreaded day. I kept hoping for the arrival of the Nomad Soul, he who would take Bakayal from me and finish the job I could not complete.
Why don't you go kill Astaroth yourself?
Unfortunately, I am so old that were I to leave this temporal island, I would crumble into dust. Which is exactly what I shall do, as soon as Bakayal has found a new master. I can't wait to finally sleep.
Do you really think I'm Nomad Soul?
Yes, you truly are the Nomad Soul. You deserve Bakayal. I only hope that you will use it better than I did, and rid the universe forever of the Master of Darkness.
What should I do now?
Trust your instinct, and never lose control of yourself. Go now. Your destiny awaits you.
And he drops dead. I'll pick up his sword and hold it with my wrists. I have the power! A few last rings. But for some reason, the magic portal here is not working. And... okay. Despite Kuchilain just explicitly telling me that if he leaves this island he'd crumble to dust, I must become him for the final battle. Luckily, this million-year-old man of legend has his own sneak. I suppose the designers made this transfer mandatory so every player would get the same chance against Astaroth, but it completely sucks any sense of freedom out of the game. Why can't I just finish the game and fight the demon with whatever ridiculous character I selected to do so? I feel like it's a big missed opportunity to not even have a super secret option to possess David Bowie's character. They already had the model, and he wouldn't have had to do extra voice work for it. I would have loved that option. I wonder if there might have been a contractual stipulation against that. Then again, Quantic Dream had no quantic qualms about making an anatomically correct nude model of Elliot Page without telling him and hiding it in Beyond Two Souls. Well, I'm not thus yet. Alright, last save point. There's the guy.
I have waited so long for this moment, Nomads. The hour of the final conflict has come.
Astaroth.
I thought one of my demons would finally bring me your soul. But you have been lucky. Very lucky. Perhaps it's just as well this way. I shall derive all the more pleasure from killing you myself.
So you were hiding in the Palace of Ix.
I spent thousands of years locked in a cage at the bottom of a lake of lava. This palace was built in the very place where I was imprisoned. I had no difficulty taking control of Ix, so I have ruled Omikron for hundreds of years. I was waiting till I had enough souls in my reservoir before returning to the surface of Phaedron.
Why do you need the Book of Naut?
Some of the spells it contains will further increase my power. With the book, I shall transform this universe into a demon I am from hell. Then I shall take over worlds in parallel dimensions. Your world.
You also controlled the trusts, didn't you?
Suffering is the greatest energy in the universe. A suffering soul can destroy a sun.
This conversation is
My
suffering.
demons have brought me thousands of souls. Now, I have enough power to plunge all known worlds into infinite darkness, destruction, and chaos.
That'll never happen. I have come to destroy you.
It's a long time since I have done a battle with a human hero. Kuchilain was the last. A courageous adversary indeed, but he failed.
I won't fail. I am the Nomad Soul. I have brought Bakayal.
Don't tell me you believe that stupid legend.
Man, this voice actor is earning his paycheck.
Your sword is supposed to kill Astaroth, Prince of Infernal Darkness, Emperor of the Last Circle. That ridiculous story about a nomad soul. The country fair prophecy. The only things that count are blood and suffering. Death is all. Everything else is illusion.
I don't know if the legend is true, but I have come to find out.
Reboot. Eternal combat between good and evil. The human hero against the demon. You are going to die, Nomad Soul. You shall spend all eternity in hell. Come, Nomad Soul. I want to taste your soul.
Battle begin. Fight! You might have noticed that a lot of the dialogue made no sense and referenced stuff about Ix, Reshev, and the trusts that was never covered before, the palace we never saw. Clearly they finished the ending before cutting out a lot of stuff. I love Astaroth's limp excuse for wanting the Book of Now too.
Yeah, some of the stuff in it'll make me a bit more powerful, you know?
Astaroth immediately starts shooting at you, but he's stuck in place until we shoot all the glowing stones that correspond to his bonds. Then he starts walking around so you can get at the glaring weak spot on his back. For some reason, Kuchilain doesn't seem to use medikits when he's close to death, which means you can't cheese this fight just by loading your inventory with those. There's other ways though. Astaroth is a bitch. He's far from the hardest or most unfair boss I've ever fought, but he certainly makes for one of the most tedious, laziest designed final boss fights I've ever seen. He just constantly homes in on you, speeds up the closer you get him to death, and starts to do this shitty stomp attack over and over that will wreck your day. But not only that, his arena is so badly designed that if you lead him around the room, there's a very good chance of either you getting irreversibly stuck in the architecture, or him walking through a wall and not coming out again. Even on the lowest difficulty, I've only managed to beat him legitimately without using items once or twice. He gets stunned for a bit when you shoot him in the face, but the length of time that he stays stunned gets shorter and shorter as you get him closer to death. Same goes for the length of time he lets you shoot his back before he starts turning. His stomp attack does such splash damage that it's very hard to avoid, and coupling that with how he speeds up the more hits he takes, this fight just sucks. There's a couple of items you can use just before the fight to make it a lot easier. You can probably load up a bunch of attack potions to max out the damage you deal. I don't know if dodge and speed potions will do anything. A regeneration potion will have your health refilling for a bit, and the sham skin spell should have you take less damage. But the biggest one, I think, is the invulnerability spell you find in the secret wizard cache in Jaunpur. Obviously, it doesn't actually make you invulnerable, it just maxes out most of your stats, making the fight almost easy. The thing is that you have to get your inventory in order before you enter the Askiel city, and there's little warning. They might as well have given you access to one last multiplan terminal, even if it didn't make any sense. It's not like it makes sense that Photo and Kuchilain have sneaks either. Just a little more. I got it. I got it. I don't got it.
You missed, pal.
Okay, so this is not the one where I beat him. But you know, I don't want to beat the game as Kuchilain, this loser. Let's do some rewriting of history.
liked you. I should have tried. I should have been a wiser kind of guy. I miss you. Give me wings. Give me space. Give me money for a change of face. Those noisy rooms and passion pens. I loved you. I'll survive. Naked eyes. I'll survive. I'll survive.
So here's the remains of Ix, the supercomputer. The ending still assumes he was fully involved with the rest of the game, though like Reshev, his role was whittled down to basically nothing. Next, we have Reshev's Palace, another major location just lopped off of the game.
This is the last time I will use my magic rings to teleport you. Now you can no longer need my help.
Who are you, old man?
I am the renegade sorcerer, Matangukus, author of the Book of Note. Thousands of years ago, humans sullied my name, believing I was too cowardly to place my soul in the blade of Barkayal with the other sorcerers. I sacrificed my honor to save the life of my daughter, Soika.
Thanks for your assistance, Matanku. Musaka.
I could not leave you at the mercy of the demons. I used my magic to help you vanquish Astaroth. Now my brother sorcerers are free. I will be able to explain to them and regain my honor. Thank you, Nomad Soul.
You have brought back my father and restored his honor. Words cannot express my gratitude. The Azkeels have regained their pride. They fought valiantly with the humans to free Omikron, and now they are regarded as brothers, not as animals. Thank you for all you have done for my people.
All the inhabitants of Omikron are now awakened. The trusts have been destroyed. The last skirmishes are ending in the streets. We have had an extraordinary victory, which our descendants will recount from generation to generation, and we owe this victory to you, Nomad Soul. You helped us win back our freedom. For us all, you are now a legendary hero, like Kuchilain before you. I shall try to take on material form again and leave this accursed network that has kept me prisoner for centuries. Thank you for all you have done for us, Nomad Soul. I'll never forget you.
You have accomplished your destiny, Nomad Soul. Few men can boast of such exploits. You must leave us. Your soul is no longer in danger now that Astaroth is dead. But an extended stay in our dimension could cause you to lose your mind. The magicians you set free, Matambukus, and myself, shall bring our magic together to send you home.
My heart is sad to see you leave us now that we have achieved our goal. We will turn Omikron into a paradise, and your memory shall be engraved in each of us forever. Perhaps, in another time, another place, we could have loved each other and lived happily together. Fate has decided otherwise. I'll never forget you, Nomad Soul.
Use the Omikron program to come back anytime. We won't be able to see you, but you will be free to wander through our city as you remember your exploits amongst us.
Go now. You must go back to your own dimension and live out your own destiny. It will probably seem very ordinary to you, but always remember Omikron and the extraordinary things you accomplished here. Omikron gives you back your soul. Make good use of it. May Viagramuka protect your steps.
That's it? Good to know all those loose ends were tied up. You were curious who the Grey Sorcerer was, right? And what happened to the Azkeel? And if Jenna loved you as much as you did her, right? Yeah, I guess me neither. The song playing over the end credits we all go through was not on the Hours album, but was released as a bonus track. I couldn't tell you why someone thought the credits needed the sound repeatedly played. I'm sure Bowie would have appreciated that, guys. I guess if you want to listen to a clean version of the song, you have to find the Transcan tape in-game and play it. Well, that's it from me. Special thanks to the legendary Stu Pitt for making it possible for ordinary mortals to beat this game, and thanks to you for watching. Once again, the game absolutely has the bones of a memorable, clever, and well-designed classic, but it fails to realize its potential at pretty much every turn. So what does that leave? Just one long, drawn-out disappointment. The game pretty much careens down a hill from the start, buckling and bouncing and losing chunks of itself until it crashes into a wall at the bottom and is left a smoking mess. Rest in peace, Omikron. I have to go.
Congratulations, you won. Do you want to start again?
Adios, amigo.